So do you also use Facebook lead ads to get more leads for your business? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to sync leads from Facebook lead ads to Mailchimp automatically. So like you, I also use Facebook lead ads to promote and grow my business. And now what I want is that as soon as we receive a new lead from Facebook lead ads, I want to add that lead details into my Mailchimp account as a new member so that we can send follow-up emails. So to do this, we are simply going to create a connection between Facebook lead ads and Mailchimp, and we are going to create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language using an amazing automation software which is Pabbly Connect. So if you also want to create this amazing automation for your own business, then for that you have to come with me towards my screen.
Welcome to my screen everyone. In this video I'll show you how to automatically sync new leads from Facebook lead ads to Mailchimp. This automation ensures that whenever someone submits your Facebook form, their details are instantly added into your Mailchimp list so that you can start sending them welcome emails, nurture the sequence or newsletter right away. It's a powerful way to keep your email marketing fresh, fast and always up to date. So let's set this up together. So to do this, I'm just going to open a new tab and I'm just going to look for the landing page of Pabbly Connect simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. Now it is opening the landing page of Pabbly Connect, using which we're going to create this automation. But before we move on further, I'll just show you something really helpful. This right over here is Pabbly community, where automation users, business owners and marketers connect. You can ask questions, share your workflows and get instant replies and helpful feedback from others who have faced these similar challenges like you. It's an active and a supportive space to learn and grow together. The link to join this is in the description box below. Make sure to check it out. Alright, so now I'm just going to move on further and create this amazing automation. For that, I'm just going to open the landing page of Pabbly Connect, and over here we're just going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can simply click on this sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of tasks free every month to explore the application. But over here, I'm an existing user, so I'm simply going to click on this button which says sign in. And once I'm just going to click on this sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps, and over we're going to see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm simply going to click on this access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connects account. And once I'm just going to click on this access, now it is going to open the dashboard of my Pabbly Connects account. And to get started, I'm simply going to click on this button which says create workflow. And now it is asking me to select the workflow builder. So over here we have two options: the new one which is modern, faster and flexible, and the old one which is more classic, stable and a familiar approach. So you can use any one of this right from here. I'm just going to select the new one. So I'm just going to simply click on this select button. Now it is asking me for the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So over here on my dashboard, you can see multiple folders which I've already created in which I save my workflows. So if you also want to create a new folder, you can simply go towards this create new folder button and create your own. I've already created many, so I'm just going to save my workflow in one of these only, which is automations. And now I'm just going to name my workflow as this, which says sync leads from Facebook lead ads to Mailchimp automatically. And then we're just going to simply click on this button which says create. And once I'm just going to click on this create, it is going to open the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger and actions are the two main applications using which our workflow is going to run. Trigger means when this happens, and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the actions are response towards the commands given by a trigger, and that's the particular reason that we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of a trigger in a particular workflow. So you must be wondering, oh, where's the trigger but where's the action? So to get the action, we first have to set up the trigger, and to set up this trigger, I'm just going to go towards this add icon right over here, and I'm just going to add the trigger application. So for my trigger application, I'm simply going to select it as Facebook right over here. So I'm just going to search for Facebook lead ads and select it. And now for the trigger event, I'm just going to simply select it as new lead instant and click on this connect. Now in order to connect Facebook lead ads, I'm just going to go towards this add a new connection and then connect with Facebook lead ads. And now it is asking me to select the Facebook account using which I want to create this connection. So I'm simply going to select my Facebook account and click on this continue as Jessie right over here. And once I'm just going to click on this continue as Jessie, yes, you can see that with this we have successfully connected our Facebook lead ads account with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. And now it is asking me to select the page name and the lead gen form. So as you can see, the name of my page is Digital Dynamics. So I'm just going to select the same, which is Digital Dynamics. Now for the lead gen form, I'm just going to select my form right over here, for which I want to create this automation, which is new form. So over here, I'm just going to create this automation only for a particular form, which is new form. If you want to create this automation for all your lead gen forms, you can simply select all lead gen forms to right over here. So I'm just going to select my lead gen form, and now I'm just going to click on this button which says save and send test request. And once I'm just going to click on this save and send test request, it is saying waiting for a webhook response. And how we're going to get this webhook response? For that, we have to do the test submission. And in order to do this test submission, I'm just going to open a new tab, and I'm just going to look for Meta for Developers. So I'm just going to open Meta for Developers, which is the landing page of Meta for Developers. And from here, we have to go towards this resources, developer tools, and we're just going to scroll and look for lead ads RTO debug tool and open it. Now, after opening my lead ads testing tool, we're just going to do the test submission using this tool only. So I'm just going to select the page and the form. So for that, I'm just going to simply select my page, which is Digital Dynamics. And now for the form, I'm just going to simply select the form which we selected in our workflow, which is new form. And now I'm just going to click on this preview form. And now I'm just going to fill in this form. So let's say someone sees my lead on their Facebook and they're just going to fill in this form. All right, so I'm just going to fill in this form right over here. I'm just going to keep my first name as testing right over here. Then I'm just going to move on further. For the last name, I'm just going to keep it as lead. Now I'm just going to move on further. For the email address, I'm just going to keep it as lead@pabblytudes.com. Then I'm just going to move on further. I'm just going to enter this phone number too. So I'm just going to simply enter the phone number right over here. And after entering this phone number, I'm just going to enter the company name. I'm just going to keep it as Pabbly Tudes. So I'm just going to simply type Pabbly Tudes right over here. And then I'm just going to click on this continue and then submit. And once I'm just going to click on this submit, with this, we have successfully completed the test submission and we have successfully generated the test lead. So I'm just going to open my workflow, and now we're going to see that Pabbly has successfully captured the response of the same lead. You're going to see the first name, the last name, the email address, the phone number, the best time to contact, the service interested in, and the company name. So yes, you can see that we have successfully received the lead details right over here as the response. And with this, we have successfully completed our trigger step. And now I'm just going to move on towards my action step. For that, I'm just going to left click on this trigger and click on this add action step. And now for the action application, I'm simply going to select it as Mailchimp, because what I want is I want to create a member in Mailchimp whenever we're going to receive a new lead from Facebook lead ads. So I'm just going to search for Mailchimp right over here, and as you can see the same, so I'm simply going to select it. And now for the action event, I'm just going to simply select it as add new member with custom fields and click on this connect. Now in order to connect this Mailchimp, I'm just going to go towards this add a new connection. Now it is asking me for the token and the data center, and to get this, I'm just going to open my Mailchimp account. Now we are just going to follow this help text. We have to open the Mailchimp account, click on the profile picture, click on the profile extras, and then API key. All right, so I'm just going to open my Mailchimp account, go towards this profile picture, go towards this profile, and after coming over here towards this profile, we have to go towards this extras and then API keys. And once we open the API keys, you're going to see all the API keys which I have already created. But I'm just going to create a new. For that, I'm just going to scroll down right over here, and as you're going to see that we're just going to get the option of this create a key. So I'm just going to simply click on this create a key button, and I'm just going to create the key. For that, it is asking me for the key name. So over here, I'm just going to simply enter my key name as new lead. And now I'm just going to enter this key name, which is new lead. And after entering this key name, I'm just going to move in further and click on this generate key. And now over here is my key. So I'm simply going to copy this key, and then I'm just going to paste it right over here in my workflow. And after pasting this key, it is asking me for the data center. So how are we going to get this? For that, I'm just going to open my Mailchimp once again, and we're going to see that this is the URL. So I'm simply going to copy this URL, and I'm just going to paste it right over here. And we're going to see that the data center is in this URL only after this https://. I'm just going to erase this, and then we also have to erase the rest of the details which is not included in the data center. So your data center can be anything, but for me it is US6, because right over here you're going to see that in my URL this is US6. So I'm simply going to enter it and click on this button which says save. And once I'm just going to click on this save, it is saying connection created successfully. So with this, we have successfully created a connection between Mailchimp and Pabbly Connect. Now it is asking me to choose the audience list. So over here, I'm just going to open this audience, and over here, I'm just going to choose the audience list as Pabbly Connect. So now I'm just going to move in further. It is asking me for the email address. So I'm simply going to enter the email address which we received from the response of our previous step. So I'm simply going to enter my leads email address right over here. But we are not going to enter it manually by typing it like this or copy pasting it, but instead I'm just going to map it. So you must be wondering what is mapping. So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected Facebook lead ads as our trigger application. So we are simply going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as we are just going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. So I'm simply going to map this email address right over here, and then I'm just going to move on further. It is asking me for the tags. So if you wish to add any tag, you can simply add it right over here. But I don't wish to add any tags, so I'm just going to move on further. It is saying select the status of the subscriber, so I'm just going to keep it as subscribed. Now I'm just going to move on further. It is saying interest or group, so if you wish, you can definitely add it right over here, but this is not the required field, so I'm just going to leave it as blank. Now I'm just going to move on further. Over here, it is asking me to select the company, so I'm simply going to map this company name which we have received in the response of our previous step. Now I'm just going to move on further. I'm just going to map the first name which we have received right over here. Then I'm just going to move on further. I'm just going to map the last name. So we're only going to fill in the required details right over here like this phone number. So I'm simply going to map this phone number. If you wish, you can definitely fill out all of these details, but I've successfully filled the required details or the details which I wish to. And now I'm just going to click on this save and send test request. And once I'm just going to click on this save and send test request, yes, you can see that we have received the positive response that we have successfully added this lead into our Mailchimp as a new member. So I'm just going to open my Mailchimp, go towards this contacts right over here, and I'm just going to look for the new lead details added. So I'm just going to first refresh this audience list, and I'm just going to check for the new member added right over here. And now you can see that this has turned into 14, and we're going to see the same email address, the first name, last name, company, and we're going to also see the source which is new lead API. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow. Now what is going to happen is that whenever we're going to receive a new lead from Facebook lead ads, automatically a Mailchimp member will be added. Alright, so now I'm just going to test this workflow in real time. For that, I'm just going to open my lead ads testing tool. We are just going to delete the previous lead and refresh the page. So it is really important to delete the previous lead and refresh the page, otherwise you'll not be able to create a new lead. So let's test this workflow in real time. Let's say someone sees my ad on their Facebook and they're just going to fill in this lead gen form. Let's say the first name is Smart right over here. Then I'm just going to enter the last name which is user. Now I'm just going to enter the email address which is smartuser22@pabblytudes.com. Now I'm just going to move on further. I'm just going to enter the mobile number right over here, and then I'm just going to enter this company name which is Pabbcon. So I'm simply going to enter Pabbcon right over here, and then I'm just going to simply click on this button which says continue and then submit. And once I'm just going to click on this submit, with this we have successfully did the test submission. And now I'm just going to open my Mailchimp, and I'm just going to refresh it right from here to check for the new subscriber added, or you can see a new member added right over here. So as you can see, the total contacts have been turned into 15. Or we're going to see the same email address, same first name, last name, the company, and also I'm just going to show you right over here that this is also created via source API new lead. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow, and we have also tested it in real time. And now whenever we're going to receive a new lead from Facebook lead ads, automatically a member will be added into my Mailchimp account. All of this is going to happen in backend, and we can just sit back and relax. So yes, now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect. And while trying, if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. See you in the next video with many more automation tips, everyone. Thank you for watching.
So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can connect many more applications. So now if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this URL. And now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect.